Hey everyone, it's Deja from CrochetEverAfter.com. Today I'm going to do a little review on this yarn here. It's from Zealana and it's called Air. It's a very interesting yarn and I can't wait to try it out because it's made from an animal that we don't normally see as yarn. It has cashmere in it, but it also has Brushtail possum down. So, if you go to my website and you search possum yarn, you will see a picture of this guy. He's pretty cute, but in New Zealand, where this is from, they're actually quite a nuisance. They got shipped over, and population control, they have no predators there, so they've become quite overpopulated. So they've found a great way to turn that overpopulation into something nice and soft, and it says, lighter and warmer than 100% cashmere, so I can't wait to try this out. This is a lace weight, though it looks more like a fingering weight to me. Lace I usually think much thinner, but we'll try it out. It's showing 25 grams and 191 yards, so I should be able to make a nice cute little scarf out of this, which I will put up for free, another free pattern workshop, so check out for that. And it says pill resistant, so I'm excited about that too. Pill is when you get the little fuzzies as you use your garment on top of the garment, so we'll see how that goes. But it's already in a ball, so thankfully I don't have to wind it, so I can just get started using it. So I'll show you how it works up, and I'll do the frog test on it to see if it's going to stick to itself. So I'll get started on that. Okay, so I have crocheted up this triangular swatch. It was actually a mistake swatch. Trying to make a triangular neckerchief, and you can see it's a little too pointy for a neckerchief, so I've fixed that. I'm good to go. And I need to frog this, so that helps out with my video so you can see how well this frogs. So frogging is just ripping out your yarn. So when you rip, sometimes you'll get stuck. So you can see I kind of got stuck right here. I don't want to keep pulling on the tail. I want to grab the yarn and separate it from itself, because all that's getting stuck are these little fuzzies. The little fuzzies from the natural animal fur that's in the yarn. So we have cashmere and possum and silk in here. Silk doesn't really stick to itself, but cashmere and the possum, I'm not sure. That could be just the cashmere sticking. I haven't worked with possum enough to know if it has a lot of guard hairs. And what it is the hairs will stick to themselves, and that's why natural yarn felt so well, because as you squish it together, they lock into each other and create that felted fabric. Not so good when you're trying to frog a project that you've messed up. So this yarn, I've already frogged a lot of this triangle so far, and I haven't gotten caught too much. So 2 times in one row is actually kind of a record for me so far. But there are some things that you can do to kind of keep from, when you need to frog something, to keep it from sticking too much, and kind of pull straight up so that the stitches will kind of unwind on themselves. Don't pull across where your stitches are, because then you're just going to ask to get caught. Also pulling away from the stitches can help. So how you're pulling out can help you not get stuck. But if you do get stuck, don't keep pulling so you break your tail. Just pull apart your stitch so that those little guard hairs will come undone. So far this isn't catching too much, and that tells me that, you know, the yarn is a good high quality yarn that doesn't have a lot of guard hairs. So if you are making something that you're not familiar with and you think you're going to be frogging, you won't have too much problem frogging it out. So far this yarn is great. I haven't had to break the yarn yet. It hasn't gotten stuck bad enough where I've had to cut it or anything. No knots in it so far, and I got all the way to the end of the ball. So it's great. I really am enjoying this possum and cashmere yarn. So it's very interesting. I highly recommend everyone going and checking it out. Okay, so I finished my project in the Zealana Air yarn, and I'm really liking this yarn. It almost has like a mohair feel where it has the halo effect. So if I get real close in here, you can see all those little hairs. They give you a nice little halo effect through the whole scarf. And it's almost like a two-color effect as well. So you can see kind of on the upper ridges of this pattern, you have the green that the yarn main color is that you can see when it's in a ball, but you can also see these kind of brown undertones, and that looks like the mohair portion, or it's probably the possum portion of the yarn, so it gives you almost like this two-tone feel to the project. So you can kind of see the valleys kind of have a brown look to them, so it's almost like one of those color changing cars, you know, when you look at one way in the sun it looks like a different color. This yarn has that same effect, which is really cool. I really like it. It's very interesting looking. I'm going to have to see. I have a worsted weight in a dark burgundy color that I got in one of my yarn subscription boxes. I'll have to see if that happens also, because you couldn't really see this when it was in a ball, so it's kind of like a cool effect after making the project. If you're interested in this neckerchief, I'm going to have the pattern up. It's going to be a free pattern, so you can download that as well. So just search neckerchief on my website and you'll find it. But overall, this yarn is super soft. I blocked it, so this is how it looks blocked. It looks perfectly fine. No felting occurred, but usually if you block it correctly, you shouldn't felt it. But it did block very well, very easily, and I highly recommend this yarn. So thank you guys for watching.